What's going on, guys? Welcome back to AxelBeats and the second chapter of the Hunters Guild Red Hood, this time titled Dodo and Naraoya. We're picking up just where we left off last time with Grim talking to Velo and asking him if he wants to be a hunter. Just as a refresher, they had just taken down the old woman who was secretly a werewolf and who had managed to kill the mayor, who was effectively Velo's hero. So again, we get this quick dive into the definition of what werewolves are, and they seem to be just normal people who one day become werewolves in this world. The cause of it is still unknown. We don't know if there's some kind of curse or magic or what really causes it, but what we do know is that they are incredibly dangerous and that once they start craving human flesh, just about nothing will stop them from going after it. They are so dangerous that the Hunters Guild actually dedicated a specific section of their guild to killing werewolf. These are the werewolf hunters. And their goal is to exterminate every last living werewolf to wipe them out, just as the dragons had been 500 years ago. Grim tells Velo that the guild has a plan in motion to eliminate all werewolves, and she wants him to join the Hunters Guild so that they can progress with this plan. They need all of the hunters they can get a hold of, be they young or old or woman or man, it doesn't matter. They just need people to help on this extremely difficult mission. She asks Velo if he's willing to dedicate his life to this cause, and as he has lost everything to werewolves, both his parents and the mayor, she's expecting him to be all for it. And while Velo is kind of interested, saying if he becomes a hunter and kills off the werewolf, he can make sure that tragedies like what happened to his family or the mayor never happens again, he's also kind of a realist, and as such, he has to turn it down. And even despite Grim pouting, which is my new religion, he decides to stay in his hamlet. She is not so happy about this decision and says that if they destroy all of the werewolves, then even this place will be safe, so he should join the guild. But Velo has too many concerns. He doesn't think that werewolves can really be fully eliminated, because they were once normal people, and he doesn't really know anything about the guild or their plans, so to him, as long as people exist, there's going to be more werewolves in the future. And since Grim is unable to tell him anything about the guild's plans while he's not a member, she's kind of just asking him to put his faith in a secret plan that he can't know about. And in doing so, he has to completely abandon his home. He's worried that if he joins the guild, he'll be sent from place to place, and during that time, his home will be left vulnerable. They could barely afford to hire Grim. How are they supposed to hire hunters while he's gone? As he explained in the last chapter, he feels it's his duty to take on the mantle of the mayor and keep everyone safe. He goes on to call her very suspicious, saying that she changed into an adult, which is kinda weird. So not only does he not know anything about the guild, he doesn't know anything about her. Grim stands up and assesses the situation, saying his major concerns are the hamlet's safety and a distrust of her. So if she can win his trust and guarantee that the hamlet was safe, then he shouldn't have any problem joining the guild. And with that, her path is set. She tells him to grab the mayor's axe and they carry on. Meanwhile, off in the distance, we see another pair of werewolves, these being Dodo and Naraoya, the wolves that the chapter is actually named after. The short, round wolf is crying about his granny being dead, while the tall, lanky one is judging her for falling prey to the human's trap. It seems like Naraoya is a lot more empathetic, crying as she used to share her human meat with them, and basically treating them like her grandchildren. However, Dodo is a little bit less sympathetic, saying it's to be expected because she was old and couldn't fight anymore. Which, if she was not able to fight anymore, I'm very nervous for what these guys can do, because she seemed pretty damn strong. However, Dodo seems to think this is an opportunity for the younger generation. This is the perfect chance for them to attack the hamlet and claim it as their own territory. We essentially learn that because the old lady had died, the area is now up for grabs, and because it's so small and out of the way, it won't exactly be a contested area. The wolves exclaim their confidence as with Naraoya's strength and Dodo's brains, they are nearly invincible. They will attack the village, kill some humans, and if any hunters will get in their way, they'll take them out too, and that's just a bonus. We jump over to the village, and Naraoya is dashing towards it in full frenzy, as a man starts calling out that a werewolf is attacking and starts ringing a bell to warn the villagers. Naraoya looks insane here, with this gaping maw with teeth spiking out in every direction. It looks horrifying. Still though, kinda goofy, you know? Either way, the man ringing the bell tells all of the people to gather at the meeting house, and this, it seems, was just part of the werewolves' plans. With all of the villagers gathered in one spot, Dodo manages to sneak inside and claims that this is his perfect opportunity. His brother was just a distraction, and now all of these people were together. All he had to do now is invent a dumb excuse like it's safer in the forest, and he could sneak a group of people away for him to take and eat. He exclaims that his plan is foolproof, and this is how a smart werewolf would do things. The man ringing the bell is drawing Naraoya closer to him, as the werewolf thinks that the banging of the bell is extremely annoying and demands that the man stops. However, he refuses, thinking that if he stops ringing the bell, then maybe others would find themselves in more danger. This guy is an absolute Chad. Even with this monster werewolf staring him down, he will not stop warning the villagers. But he doesn't have to go for too much longer, as Grim shows up and asks to borrow the bell. He seems a little bit confused at first. However, she tells him that everyone has been evacuated and his warning reached them, so his job is done. She takes the massive bell in her hands, jumps into the air, and slams it into Naraoya's head with this explosive-looking panel. Meanwhile, Dodo is inside the hut in shock that a hunter, being Velo, is also in there. He takes a moment to collect his thoughts and realizes that his enemy has split their focus, and this is an opportunity as well. However, by the time he gets his thoughts together, Velo has a gun pointed to the back of his head and calls out that he has found him. We get this quick flashback from before Grim and Velo went back to the town, where Grim explains that there are two werewolves standing behind them, and because the old woman had lost her territory, they were likely planning to attack. So everything that had happened was very much foreseeable to Grim. Luckily though, because Velo knows everyone in the village, Grim understands that he'll be able to pick out any intruder in the village who might not belong there. Back in the present, Dodo is in shock, saying he shouldn't have been able to find him at all. But Velo explains that after his parents were killed by a werewolf, the whole hamlet raised him and everyone here is his family now. But this guy he didn't recognize, not his face or his clothes. And when someone he doesn't know pretends to be family, there's no way that he wouldn't notice. He calls out one last time, saying we don't need any more werewolves here, and that he's going to hunt them and protect the hamlet. And that is how the chapter closes. We see Velo taking action holding this werewolf at gunpoint, as Grim smashed the other one's head in with a bell. And as cool as all of that is, I'm wondering how this is supposed to really solidify the idea of the hamlet's safety to Velo. If anything, I would think that the emergence of these two werewolves so quickly would make him more nervous about the idea of him leaving town. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm also not entirely sure that Dodo's defeat is set in stone. While he seems to be cornered, there is always that old saying that a cornered wolf will bear its fangs. So I'm sure he's going to strike back next chapter, and maybe something there will lead to Velo joining the Hunters Guild. But what do you guys think of this chapter? I think it was very fast-paced, which I love. Really like Grim using the bell as a weapon, and I love the confidence that Velo is showing. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content in the future. And if you would like to support the channel a little bit extra, or you find that my videos give you some extra value in your day-to-day life, you can consider checking out the Patreon through the link in the description. On that note, I want to give a big thank you to our patrons, with our Dai Yokai, Bloodwolfmon, Iffy Babes, Ikerochu, and Jacob Wiley, our Yokai Amelia Hellman, NL Cruz, Janice Not Janice, Joker Rose, and our Yokai, Anthony Hogan, Brittany K, Kiwi Dog, Love the Kiwi, Michael Grayco, Mochi Num Num, Morrigan E. Wolf, Nega Kitty, Savage Camel, Simon Electric, Suki Neko, and Ziv. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, remember to stay excellent.